Another word for traction is grip. Think of it this way. The Jeep Wrangler Unlimited was designed to grip the terrain, to help you get through. It's like everything about this vehicle was built to maximize traction. The right tires, axles, gearing. The transfer system was literally developed on the Rubicon Trail to ensure all that power is able to move it forward and over just about anything. The vehicle is capable. In fact, it's the most capable production off-road vehicle in the world. Wrangler Unlimited can be equipped with an all-mechanical command track or rock track transfer case. Either is assisted by an onboard computer to interpret throttle commands and wheel speeds, to control the brake pressure and brake lock differential function. It almost knows how to keep all that power working evenly to all four wheels. So don't overdrive. Pick and follow a gentle, even line whenever you can, even over rocks. Jerkiness can unweight a tire and cause slip. And on hills, always point straight up to keep the vehicle level. It's safer and it helps traction. Want to know about ground clearance? Look at the Jeep Wrangler Unlimited. It just looks like it will crawl over all kinds of rocks and boulders. That's what it's built to do. We measure ground clearance at the front for approach angle, the middle for breakover angle, and finally at the back for the departure angle. Off-road driving is challenging. Use common sense and put safety first. Make use of all the clearance by not bouncing the vehicle. Always go as slow as you can. Standard electronic throttle control will help you feather the pedal. The one big rule? Aim to steer the tires up onto the high spots. If you try to straddle a rock, you risk hanging up. When you can, bring an experienced guide or spotter. If you're alone, it's easy to get into a bad spot. The Jeep Wrangler Unlimited and the Rubicon Trail really were made for each other. Big boulder fields, that's where you'll see what articulation's all about. It's about the suspension, high on one side, low on the other, reaching out to find traction. Articulation can be measured by driving one tire up a fixed 20-degree RTI ramp and stopping when the opposing tire starts to lift off the ground. For very low speeds, Wrangler Unlimited Rubicon's electronic sway bar disconnects, allowing the front wheels to drop even further. Before you start out, devise the best line to follow, one that will keep the vehicle most level. Then, don't overdrive. Always look 20 to 50 feet ahead, always where you're going. You can pretty much point it right and expect it'll get the job done. Look at that Jeep Wrangler Unlimited. 4 doors, and it still steers over and around obstacles. That's maneuverability. Maneuvering off-road or anywhere is dependent on 3 things. First is wheelbase, the front-to-back distance between the axles. This determines what the vehicle can clear. Second is track, the distance between centers of the wheels on the same axle. What can the vehicle squeeze around? Finally, turning radius. The tighter that circle, the more nimble your vehicle. When you're off-road, it's important to plan your approach to challenges on the trail. And of course, it's never wrong to arm yourself with the best equipment. The Jeep Wrangler Unlimited is outstanding at crossing water, even up to 30 inches deep when under 5 miles per hour. But you always have to scope out safe entry and exit points first. Know the depth of the water before you enter. Can't see the bottom? Get out and check, safely. You want to keep your momentum all the way through. Know what's on the bottom. Sand, slippery rocks, where are the big ones? Basic rule, go slow but keep moving. A small bow wake will protect the engine compartment so you don't flood the intake or the electrics. You never want to dig in. Wrangler Unlimited is designed to keep all wheels moving with the standard Command TRAC 4-wheel drive system. The Rubicon also offers front axle disconnect and front and rear locking differentials to distribute torque evenly among the wheels for ultimate traction. Remember, keep moving steadily. Resist the urge to spin the wheels. Don't gun it when you're coming up on the other side. Two-wheel drive is for everyday driving. It can be driven on any surface, but is designed for paved roads with good traction. This mode provides you with the best fuel economy since power is only sent to the rear axle and wheels, while the front wheels spin freely and help you steer. In this mode, power is sent to the rear drive wheels only. The transfer case transfers power to the rear axle and wheels, which then drives the vehicle. In this mode, power is being distributed to the left rear wheel, while the right rear wheel stands still. You may have experienced the situation before yourself if your vehicle was stuck with one wheel on ice and the other wheel on hard pavement. In an open differential, the wheel with the least resistance gets all the power and just spins. This is a great time to shift into four-wheel drive. Use four-wheel drive high range when you take your Jeep vehicle off paved roads and onto loose terrain. You can shift on the fly from two-wheel drive to four-wheel high and back again at speeds up to 55 miles per hour. Once in four high, the transfer case delivers a 50-50 split of torque to the front and rear axles for the extraordinary traction that has made Jeep vehicles such legendary 4x4 machines. Just remember, this is a part-time system and should only be used on slippery or loose surfaces like ice, dirt, gravel, or snow-covered roads. Remember to shift back into two-wheel drive when returning to dry pavement. Turning on dry surfaces in four high can result in increased wear to the drivetrain and can cause driveline binding, sometimes called wheel hop or tire scrub. Brake Lock Differential, or BLD, is a special feature of traction control. It's active in four-wheel drive high and low range for greater traction when rock crawling or through severe off-road terrain. This improved traction capability offers similar performance to a locking differential. The goal of the system is to ensure that both wheels on an axle are turning at the same rate of speed. For instance, if a wheel has lost traction and is spinning freely, the system will automatically apply brake pressure to that wheel, which allows more torque to go to the opposing wheel that has traction. Brake Lock Differential is not a substitute for locking differentials. It just greatly expands the off-road capability of your Jeep vehicle. A Jeep vehicle with BLD is extremely capable and can give very similar results to a Jeep vehicle equipped with locking differentials. When Rubicon's rear TrueLock locker only is engaged, the front BLD is active. If both front and rear lockers are engaged, the BLD is not needed and does not function. Once the lockers are disengaged, BLD kicks in again. Unlike many four-wheel drive units, this system features a neutral position, allowing it to be flat-towed behind another vehicle, such as a motorhome, without uncoupling the drive shafts. Please refer to your owner's manual for full instructions and detailed information. To engage the low range, slow down to 2 to 3 miles per hour and put the transmission in neutral. While still rolling forward, move the shift lever firmly into the 4 low position. When shifting into or out of four-wheel drive low, some gear noise may be heard. This is normal and will not harm the vehicle or its occupants. Then return the transmission to the desired gear. Reverse the process to shift into 4 high mode. 4 low range is where TRAC really struts its stuff. This heavy-duty transfer case boasts a gutsy 4-to-1 low-gear ratio, the magic number in the off-road world to deliver massive amounts of engine torque for rock crawling. An exceptional 73.1-to-1 crawl ratio with a manual transmission allows for controlled 1/2 mile per hour cruise up the rocks. TRAC is designed exclusively for the Wrangler Rubicon and the Wrangler Unlimited Rubicon and operates in conjunction with other hardcore off-road components like locking axles and beefy drive shafts. Disabling the anti-sway bar can dramatically improve off-road performance by allowing greater front suspension travel for better contact with terra firma. Rubicon can electronically disengage its front anti-sway bar, allowing its wheels to drop for additional wheel travel. It's easy to engage. Just flip a rocker switch and the front sway bar disengages when driving under 18 miles per hour in four-wheel drive high or low modes. This allows the front suspension to travel up to 25% farther on Wrangler Rubicon versus other Wrangler models. This class-exclusive feature is only available on Rubicon models. Front and rear electronic locking differentials balance speed between left and right wheels, maintaining forward momentum for the ultimate in traction. An instrument panel-mounted rocker switch can lock the rear axle with one push and both front and rear axles with a second push. Because lockers reduce turning capabilities, they should only be used in off-highway environments.